Welcome to Dai Headlines. I'm Li Wei Cai. Thank you for joining us. In today's headlines, days of heavy downpour flooded parts of Argentina. Tzu Chi volunteers are dispatched to the worst-hit areas to assess the extent of damage for the ensuing relief work. We bring you a series of features on Typhoon Katsana survivors in the Philippines to look at their fruitful attempts in rebuilding their lives after the disaster with Tzu Chi's help. As the whole world welcomed the new year with extravagant fireworks, 3 days of continuous heavy rain in Argentina caused massive flooding throughout the country right before 2009 ended. San Antonio de Rico, which is north of the capital, Buenos Aires, was especially hard hit, with a portion of the town submerged underwater, forcing around 3,000 people to flee. Tzu Chi arrived to assess damage and is planning to bring cleaning supplies and daily necessities on their next visit.
The public roads are safe for vehicles to pass again 4 days after flooding caused by relentless rain. Yet either side of the road, the only way is on foot. 113 kilometers northwest of Argentina's capital, Buenos Aires, is the town of San Antonio de Rico, which was one of the hardest hit by floods caused by consecutive days of rain just before the new year. Water was up to 2.5 meters at one point, and more than 3,000 people are affected. Tzu Chi volunteers arrived from the capital to assess the extent of damage, so they may begin disaster relief. Elderly people like 75-year-old Thomas, who lives alone and has trouble walking, are in need of outside help. Luckily, Thomas' sister is here for him. With a better understanding, Tzu Chi can now carry out post-disaster relief.
Over to China, winter distributions kicked off in Fujian province late last week on December 30th, 2009. On the first 2 days of the new year, Tzu Chi headed to Zhangzhou for the very first time to deliver aid packages to 8 towns. Some 480 volunteers from Taiwan, Xiamen, Hangzhou, Jiangsu, Shantou, and Fuzhou pooled their efforts to distribute daily necessities, including rice, cooking oil, thermal clothing, and blankets to 10,329 local residents, or the equivalent to 5,209 households.
On the first day of 2010, and for the very first time, Tzu Chi volunteers are holding winter distributions in Zhangzhou, delivering daily necessities like rice, cooking oil, thermal clothing, blankets, all with their personal blessings.
I'm truly grateful to you all.
73-year-old Huang Yacai arrives by herself. She is thanking the volunteers along the way.
The volunteers will help me carry them if they're too heavy. I'm delighted. I wish you a good new year. We give our thanks to Taiwan's Tzu Chi coming to care for us, giving us this rice and the blankets so we won't get cold.
Some 480 volunteers from 6 locations, including Taiwan, Xiamen, Hangzhou, Jiangsu, Shantou, and Fujian, have been mobilized to distribute relief packages to 10,329 local residents in 8 of Zhangzhou's towns. A blessing ceremony is also carried out for the first time in Zhangzhou. Some 600 attendees flocked to the venue to experience Tzu Chi's humanity, despite the drizzling rain. Masters from the Jingsi abode also hand out red blessings and wisdom envelopes to everyone present. This Tzu Chi scholarship recipient has also come to extend a helping hand.
I hope in the future I will go from a care recipient to a caregiver to help more people in need of help.
I'm most moved by Master Zheng Yan's words. We should know, appreciate and cultivate blessings. I'm delighted, very touched and extremely grateful. Tzu Chi has been supporting me greatly. I'm truly thankful.
Cherishing our own blessings and generating infinitely more, everyone is vowing to do more good deeds in this fresh new year.
In Taiwan, Tzu Chi volunteers invited survivors of Typhoon Morakot to a humanities camp in Shanling Township of Kaohsiung County. The event, which started on Sunday, was a chance for everyone to get to know each other. A total of 100 volunteers from all over Taiwan came to help organize the event and took opportunity to introduce Tzu Chi culture to the new residents.
Overindulgence? and civilized eating. These sharply contrasting skits performed by volunteers help introduce Tzu Chi's table manners to the audience. This is the first humanities camp organized for Typhoon Morakot survivors here at Kaohsiung County's Chisan Liaison Office. For many of the 200 participants, it's a moving experience.
Thankfully, Tzu Chi volunteers accompanied us through this difficult time. From yesterday to today's classes, in just half a day, I've seen them change. I've seen their tears and seen their faces light up with smiles.
Volunteers from North, South and Central Taiwan and even overseas from as far away as America and Australia came to Kaohsiung County to help organize the workshop. On Monday, 38 trainee volunteers from the community took courses and gained a greater understanding of Tzu Chi culture. Recalling the humble origins of Tzu Chi, everyone contributes to bamboo coin banks. The training courses will continue for the first 4 Tuesdays of 2010. The hope is that the workshops will be a chance for residents and volunteers to get to know each other as they embark together on the mission to rebuild displaced communities.
Last year, the Philippines was hit by a string of typhoons, the worst of which was Katsana on September 26. 1 million people were affected. The disaster also marked a turning point in Tzu Chi's involvement in local communities. Starting today, we will be bringing you a series of reports on the seeds of hope that were sown after the flooding. In the predominantly Catholic country of the Philippines, Christmas is traditionally a time to attend church and go to parties. But this year, many residents of flood-hit areas took time out from their Christmas celebrations to join Tzu Chi events and even distribute aid to other needy people.
Christmas is celebrated in Catholic churches in the Philippines with 9 consecutive days of Mass starting December 16th. On Christmas Eve, a congregation of over 1,000 worshippers is gathered in this cathedral. Outside the church, a dazzling variety of Christmas lights illuminates the street, but this year, in Typhoon Katsana-torn areas of Manila, the celebrations are muted.
Before, the whole street would have these decorations, but now there are none. No one is able to buy decorations because we don't have the money.
In stark contrast to previous years, only a minority can afford Christmas decorations. The sight of children out carol singing using milk powder tins as drums and spoons as drumsticks is the only sign that it's Christmas. But while some enjoy the revelry of the holiday, this group of residents who have been through a disaster are marking the festival in a joyful and thankful spirit. These homemakers have been practicing every day for the past month because tonight they'll be giving their first public appearance in front of an audience of over 10,000 people. They are performing a Filipino translation of the Tzu Chi song, One Family.
A lot of people were worried if they took part. Their religious beliefs would be changed to Buddhism. I told them it wouldn't happen, and they learned a lot and changed a lot too.
The people performing sign language routines from the Buddhist charity are all Roman Catholics. But after going through volunteer training with Tzu Chi, they have memorized the Chinese words to songs they sang while pacing round the statue of the Buddha. Deborah used to join the other partygoers during the holiday season, but this year she is spending Christmas Eve with fellow disaster victims on a visit to Dreamland Village. They are here with Tzu Chi volunteers to distribute aid, serve hot food, and care for the residents of this slum area.
Last year at Christmas, I went out with my friends to celebrate, but since I got to know Tzu Chi, I'm volunteering with Tsuji Foundation on December 25th at the scene of a fire.
By stepping into needy areas and handing out aid, Deborah is enjoying a very different Christmas this year.
Before, it was other people who were helping us. Now we're going with the Tsuji Foundation to help others.
Galing sa inyong ngiti, kung ika'y